And thank you, Bert, for your speech. You being a veteran, it's kind of fun to be able to again give another icebreaker. I know that I'll say a few extra words for the sake of those who are perhaps new to Toastmasters, some of our guests and the new members. That when we do an icebreaker, we have a wide variety of approaches that we can take, and you took an interesting approach in terms of trying to explain your goals, but also to inspire us at the same time. And I know that you have succeeded in inspiring this club way back when you were president, and you had that can-do attitude, which of course was obvious today as well. In fact, that attitude helps us to think that we also can move outside of the box, and that we can be emboldened to pursue things that perhaps might be out of the box. So I congratulate you on that, but I just want to explain that for the sake of the other people, the new people, that it's also an opportunity to tell something about yourself that helps us to know you better. And so that's just for their sake more than yours. Now, as far as the evaluation forms go, you sent me an evaluation form and it gave some guidelines on what to look for. But because icebreakers are usually for people who are just starting off, it's pretty basic. It talks the checklist includes things like clarity and interest level, and you scored high on those areas because, in part because of the personal stories that you brought to your speech, including the fact that you were inspired by Sally Adamo, one of our members, who had also achieved significant distinction by becoming a district governor or district director now. So I would say that those were your strong points. Now, as far as things to grow on, I think that if you take a look at the recording, and I hope that Jim was able to record you, you'll see some things in the recording that you will know that you will know how to improve upon them. I won't be able to explain every little detail, but one thing that I'll say is that your laptop was on your table or desk or whatever you're using, and the camera is fairly low. So when you stood up, it actually showed the lower part of your body larger than the upper part of your body. So perspective was not ideal. Now, one way that you can fix that is to elevate the position of your camera. Now, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can have an external camera, and then you can put that somewhere higher above your laptop, or you can actually put something under your laptop. In fact, I have a couple of thick books under my laptop, which then gives me a little bit better position of the camera. So another thing that I would recommend that you do is that when you're practicing, I would recommend that you put an outline of what you want to talk about and then time yourself, because you have been practicing in your mind perhaps, but you haven't been timing yourself to the point where you were able to cherry pick or to, let's say, separate the wheat from the chaff, because you can take a 15-minute speech and weed out the less important things and make that 15-minute speech into a 5-minute speech. And that's really what can make your speech very effective. Now, for your goal of being a qualified speaker, you have to do something like that too. In fact, if you take a 60-minute speech and sort out to get rid of the chaff, you can condense that into a 20-minute high-impact speech. And that's really where you want to go. And I think that's going to be the best approach for you. And that's really a good approach for any of us. And as far as your comfort level goes, yes, you're very comfortable. In fact, I would call it even perhaps overly comfortable, because it was more like a fireside chat rather than something that was more tight and condensed and hard-hitting. So those are my thoughts. I hope they help. And thanks for your speech, Bert.